So, this ride is to kind of do two things. One is to test out the new DJI, I keep saying DJI, it's actually DJI camera, that I think is clearly the best camera to do these things that I do, the recording, and also test a new audio setup that I am trying. I've been playing with a few things this week, this weekend, this week, to see what works, what doesn't work. And I am trying to figure out the best way to record audio, record vlogs, and actually give some decent looking video to the tube, to the YouTube. So I'm gonna go and talk through a few of my experiences. A few of my experiences with taking video from when I first started to now. Attempting audio and meshing it all together, which has been an adventure, to say the least. And then after that, I'm going to let the rest of the video just be showing the audio, showing the audio and just listening to the bike go. That's really going to be the rest of the video. So here we go. So back when I first started videotaping, I was using the GoPro Hero 10, and it was fine. Actually, I still use it, but it took a lot of learning, and when you do anything new, there is a process of a couple of years, and actually, I would argue, if you're really challenging yourself, you're continuing to learn something new and doing new things to adjust and add to your toolbox pretty regularly. So when I first got the the GoPro Hero 10, I was just learning videography. I was just learning the frame rates, image quality, the ISO, for a little more about photography, and the two kind of connect in a lot of ways. Oh, I know where I am now. And that in itself was an experience. Learning from when to, and also it's not only how to use the camera, but how to use the camera for what platform you are uploading and showing to, because that's its own thing. For instance, Instagram only shows content in max 1080p. So if you're shooting more than that, all you're doing is creating more, work for yourself in some ways, and also just putting more size on your files, right? That's something I needed to learn through trial and error to get into the left lane. Be nice to me, people. Thank you. And then, another thing that was interesting, and I'll get back to the GoPro in just a second. Another part of it was that I had to learn. So when I shot in 4K for the GoPro, for some reason, on the phone, even though most phones are only showing up to 1440, not a lot of phones are showing 4K footage on the screen. But on the phone, for instance, it looks absolutely beautiful. And that 4K is kind of compressed a little bit. Now on YouTube, on my TV, the 4K footage looks kind of crappy. And so I wonder for the longest time, this is a 4K camera. Why is my 4K camera looking like it's not a 4K camera? Okay, what the And so I finally realized that the reasoning for this, at least from my experience, again, I'm not a professional videographer at all, but the reasoning for this, one is because the ISO wasn't at its lowest, so that the footage wasn't as clear as it could be. The lower the ISO, the clearer the footage, the less noise is getting into your picture or your camera, your video, etc. And I also found out that if I shot in what is going on here with the braking? People, what I hate about people here is that they keep on putting on the turn signal and braking last minute to turn. I don't get it. Anyway. Back to the video. So I ended up shooting in 5.3K. That is an option. That is an option for, thank you for going in the right lane. Love of God. That is an option for the GoPro Hero 10 and maybe GoPros after that. And when I shot in 5.3K, it looks amazing on YouTube. Now, it's probably using the same rule that I was just talking about, of you're not going to see on YouTube a 5.3K video. So, you know, that file is going to be compressed into a 4K video, and so it looks even better. So now, after almost a year plus of using GoPro, I finally found that. that was the best mode to go, for the clear footage at least. Along that journey, I also discovered the use of ND filters, right, and what they can do so that you can have a lower ISO and have a shutter speed that allows for motion blur. That's, finding all that out, and so that the ISO and the camera isn't overexposing your footage, using the right ND filter, 8, 16, 32, and I think even for the GoPro I had a 64. Learning all of that so that the footage looks really crisp and you're doing what you want to do with the tools, that was also part of the journey. Alright, here we go. Let's turn, baby. Thank you. So after the ND filters, I ended up exploring, the shutter speed as well, getting the motion blur. I don't know if you're seeing that at all. This is for this camera, which is the DJI camera. This is 25 frames per second. Shutter speed at 1/100th of a second, so it's double. Sorry, 150. Damn it, I don't remember. 1/50. I'm pretty sure. Almost certain. Turn. Thank you. Let's go. So after what I can attempt to say is got proficient with the GoPro, I switched to another camera, and that was the Insta360 Ace Pro. And with that, I ended up wanting something in which would solve another issue that arose. Which was, it is hard to get the right angle if you can't see what you're shooting. The camera is in front of me, so I can't really see what it looks like. And if someone has found out the best way to do that, let me know. But the Insta360 has this feature with a remote where you can see what the camera, oh birds, come on, what the camera is facing. So that was really attractive to me for that reason. And also, it's a lot better in low light. And so is the DJI. I think because the sensors, I think they're the two biggest sensors in the camera, in action cameras right now. So for the last several months, I've been playing around with that. So I've been messing around with that, which has been great. But then I really thought, again, the image quality, even taking what I knew from the GoPro experience, the image quality didn't seem to be better during the day than what I already had. So then I decided to go, to use it for what it was good for, which was using the flip screen that it has. I have started to use it right here as a camera, as a secondary camera. Because the main camera I wanted to be here, being able to see everything in front of us that's really clear and really crisp. Or at least that's the way I want to shoot the video. So, back to my thoughts. I had to let it rip a little bit. So, with that being said, one of the videos I have is actually a visual of that. And that worked out fine. But then I was like, wait, but there's still something missing here, which is the connectivity to audio, the crispness of the video, as well as the the combo, everything put together. And so in all of this journey, I also got a Cardo, and that was mostly to talk to, have conversations, talk with my loved ones as they call. With that said, that was really helpful, and one of the other reasons I got is because I thought I could record audio on that, and you can, and maybe my standards are just a little high, but I've done it a few times and it does not sound good at all. So all of that kind of leads me to today, where I'm doing a few things. One, currently I'm recording on DJI 5 Pro. One of the things I'm liking about it is this wide field of view. Now, the wider you want it, the less stabilization you get. So that's why I love the widest view, which is with no stabilization, but it looks very rocky. I'm not sure if it even looks watchable. I tried it in one of the shorts and reels that I did, and I wasn't sure how I felt about it. And so the first level of rock steady stabilization and the ultra wide, I think, may be the best combo. Because I would love to try and get the full bars in the picture, and I don't think I've ever been able to get all of that in there. Gravel. So that's one. Two, I think it actually may be the best camera out there in terms of image quality. I've already seen what it looks like, and with the sensor, it's almost like you're shooting in that 5.3 GoPro 5.3K. And the other part is the connectivity to the DJI microphones, which will be another purchase for another time. That's just not in the budget right now. Hey. So right now I've gotten to the point of doing audio through to the Zoom mic, and I've been trying to record a video that kept failing. Every time. To talk about the audio journey, which is its own thing. And so I've switched from using all types of wireless mics underneath the seat. I've done it in the pocket, I've done it in the backpack, I've done it in all types of ways. It just never seemed to work out. And I got a Zoom recorder to change the gain, the one that's manual. And for me, there was one time I got it right and it was perfect. And there's this short that I made on the highway with it, and it was beautiful. But then I don't know, something happened. I just don't know. Maybe I just didn't remember the combination. I don't know what I was doing. It did not go as planned after that. So I got a Zoom recorder that it's a lot less. Well, it's an automatic, basically. It's like driving an automatic. It sets it for you. So it sets the gain for you as your environment shifts and changes. And so that is now in the backpack. And I now have used the other recorder to record my voice right now. So I'm hoping that this works. And then we're back. So the start of the journey was real frantic, trying to figure out how to do this. And then, I took the shaft method and then I kind of made it my own. So this leather Trip Machine backpack that I own, I ended up using that as my main backpack, especially for recording audio. And what I did was I added what I like to call three slabs of foam into the backpack. And what I do is I cut out a piece of the foam, used it to put in the Zoom recorder, put the muffle on the air cuff, wind cuff, there it is, on it, and then inserted it into the foam. And then I stuck it in the backpack with the other three pieces of foam in there. And I found out that is the way to go. that is the way. So that's kind of what I've gotten to at this point with audio. Hopefully you can hear me on this. Hopefully the gain is correct on this. I probably will do another video on editing. I can't do all that now by the time I get home. 13 miles left, I think. But that's been my story. The Merx Moto channel story, how the quality has been from beginning to end, kind of giving myself some grace as I learn the nature of photography, videography, the intersection between the two, and also the differences between the two. And also continuing to, it's an art, so making it my own, and not doing what other people do. So that's kind of where we are now with this vlog journey and the technology journey. One of the things that's interesting about this one too is that the ND filters here really make it dark. Like I don't know if I'll ever use the 32 on this camera. That would just be way too dark. I'd have to be staring into the sun. 16 is probably the highest I'll be going on this. While on the GoPro, I've used 32 many times. But what probably was one of the differences was that, the GoPro was a aftermarket, and even the Insta360 were aftermarket ND filters, while this came from DJI. So I'm going to end my talking right here, and I'm going to let you all just enjoy the rest of the video. One of my favorite roads. Found a new road yesterday that I will be putting up as well, over there on the Wendell side of Raleigh. But I'm gonna let you all just enjoy the rest of the visuals of this ride, the audio from the exhaust in the backpack with all the things in it. And even though I'm still on this video, voice-wise, I'll catch you later.